Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick overview of the Vietnam War before you start all of your assignments. This is a very controversial war. It's a very interesting war. And feel free to ask the people in your household if they know anything about it as well. Maybe they have opinions, maybe they have thoughts already. But we're going to go over the Vietnam War, so let's go ahead and just jump on in. So I wanted to give you some background and some history on the Vietnam War, on Vietnam specifically, so it'll help you understand some stuff. The first thing I wanted to say was that Vietnam used to be controlled by France. Vietnam is right over here in this map if you're looking in Asia. It's right next to China, obviously right here. And we got Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, also neighboring countries. Vietnam got their independence when a lot of these countries got their independence as well. But something happened to Vietnam. Vietnam actually got split in half. North Vietnam is going to be communist. They have a leader, Ho Chi Minh, and that's going to be their leader for a little bit during this time. We're still in the Cold War. You know that communism is still rising, and communism is still our enemy. You remember this country right here, China. You remember that they are a communist country, very powerful one. And of course, North Vietnam right there is going to be communist as well. When we talk about South Vietnam, though, that's a little bit more complicated. I would not call South Vietnam democratic. However, they do try to make some changes to be more democratic. They're not exactly like us. Their leader sometimes acts like a dictator. So I'm going to call them pro-Western. You can also just call them not communist. During the Cold War, we want to stop communism from spreading. Remember containment? We don't want communism to spread, so we don't want South Vietnam to become communist too. So they're not communists, they're pro-Western, and we want to keep them that way. North Vietnam is communist. We want to keep them from spreading. But something happens. A civil war. Do you remember our civil war where the North and the South fought each other? Well, look at this. This is North Vietnam and South Vietnam, and they are going to fight each other as well. North Vietnam is going to attack South Vietnam. North Vietnam wants South Vietnam to fall. They want to have it as one united country called Vietnam, and they want to make it all communist. Ladies and gentlemen, America cannot let this happen. North Vietnam cannot take over South Vietnam because that would mean that containment has failed, because that means this country becomes communist. And if they become communist, we lose our power and influence. Now, our main enemy that we're fighting, they have a specific name that you might see in your readings, and that is the Viet Cong. This is the name of the North Vietnamese army. Now look, they are a guerrilla army. You remember guerrilla warfare. They use the environment to their advantage. They sometimes dress up in disguise. They sometimes have secret weapons laying around trying to catch people. But this actually makes this war very, very, very difficult, because when we send our soldiers over there, when we send our soldiers to Vietnam, we don't know who is friend and who is enemy. The Viet Cong have women in their army, which is not normal. We're not used to that. But sometimes they will use that against us. This farmer right here, maybe this is an innocent farmer, someone we're supposed to be protecting. Or maybe they're part of the Viet Cong. Look at where the Viet Cong are. They are in South Vietnam. Go back to the map. North Vietnamese, they sent their army down here. So all throughout here in South Vietnam, we are fighting our enemy. At the same time, we are protecting the people of South Vietnam. Sounds confusing, huh? Makes this war very hard. I got one more quick video to send you, and then you'll go at it.